What's up, YouTube? Been a while since I made a video. I decided not to make videos of the new comic book week, the weekly books that come out. I'm actually going to be stopping my submission this week. So Wednesday's going to be the last day I'm picking up new books. I've decided to only focus on Silver Age, Bronze Age keys, maybe dabble in a little Golden Age, and I want to thin out my comic books, and I know I've been talking about that for a while, and as you can see right here, these are all my graded books, basically. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 boxes that I decided to keep for now. And I got 2 boxes of stuff that I decided to sell. What I'm going to do for this video is I'm going to show you guys the books I'm decided to put up on eBay. I'm going to be putting them up hopefully within the next week or so. And I just got to go through the process of taking pictures, doing the whole, I'm not a big seller on eBay. I'm a purchaser. Not real familiar with. I've sold a few things, but still, really not that familiar with it. So it should take me a while. Kind of want everything to go up at once, so everything sells at once, so I can ship everything. Probably gonna do everything at auction mostly. Probably have a start price, around the price I want to get for I don't want to take a loss on any of these books, I really don't. But I figured I'd do a video for you guys, and if you guys see anything you like, maybe we can work a deal, or at least you guys know where to go when they're up for auction and stuff, on eBay. So these are some of the things. Like, some of these are doubles and books I just don't really want, don't really care about too much. So I got this one. This is a Suicide Squad #1. It's signed by Ransom Getty. It's an 8.5. I do have a nicer copy of it. That's why I'm getting rid of this one. That's for sale. Then I got an 8.5 Batgirl #12, signed by Archer. This book has gone up a bit in price. I do have a 9.8, I believe. I think that's what it is, a 9.8. So I'm going to get rid of that one. I was really kind of disappointed in the grade on that one, I remember. I got it signed a few years ago at the New York Comic Con. But I don't know. I haven't looked at the grader's notes in a long time, but I don't know. It looks really nice to me, though. I mean, there's some little edge wear, spine wear, but not too bad. Then I got 2 copies of this. I'm going to sell one. Both 9.8. So this is Unbelievable Gwenpool. This is from the Pulp Comics Paris Comics Expo. I actually ordered these from Paris, so yes, I got that one. 9.8. I remember they took a while to get because they were from overseas. And I got 2 of these, and I kind of wanted to keep this one, but I think I'm going to let it go. I do already have another one. They're both the same grade, but it's a kind of rare book, I guess. But it's the Bubblegum #1. This is the customer appreciation exclusive, so you had to spend a certain amount of money on a certain time at a certain time, a couple days or something like that. They had on Aspen Comics, and they gave you this exclusive cover. The exclusivity is the coloring and stuff like that, basically, and it's signed by Campbell. So I don't know how much this is even worth. I'm gonna have to look it up, but I mean, I'm thinking it should be worth quite a bit of money because I know it's exclusive. Like, I don't know how many people actually got it. So customer appreciation exclusive, and you had to spend, I think it was like $100 or something like that. I can't remember. Then I got my lower grade copy of Iron Fist 14. This is a 5.0, and it's signed by Chris Claremont at the New York Comic Con in 2016. So I was able to get a nicer copy. I think I got it from Erod. I think it's a 9.0 if I remember correctly. It's not signed, but it's something I can always get done again, if I really want to. Then I got one of my copies of, I gave one of these away in my when I renamed my, had the competition to rename my channel as a prize. And I had 2 left, and this is one of the ones I had left. They're both the same grade I have left, but one has the check mark on it, so I keep that one. But it's the Avengers 181. This is the first appearance of Scott Lang, who later becomes Ant-Man. And it's signed by George Perez at the Northeast Comic Con in 2015. So pretty good. You can see his signature there. 9.0. It's not a bad copy. And then with the new Ant-Man movie coming up, and I haven't posted a video of what I picked up at the New York Comic Con either. At the Boston Comic Con, so I'm going to do that video soon. I got a bunch of artwork, and I picked up a couple books, not too many, but one's a pretty significant book, and it's on my top 10 list. So you guys can probably figure out what it is just by, thinking about it a little bit. I got 2 copies of this. One's an 8.5. This one's my other one, 8.0. Someone had asked me to buy this a long time ago. I don't know whatever happened with it. I was willing to sell it, but Big Hero 6 #1, signed by Chris Claremont, New York Comic Con 2014. It's an 8.0. Not the best copies. I didn't pay a whole lot for these. I got 2 copies in one lot. I paid not a lot, so I'm keeping a little bit nicer copy. I was really disappointed in the grades of these. These books look really nice. Sometimes I just really wonder. I can see a little bit. It's not too bad, though. It's really, 8.0, I would think it'd be a little bit higher than that, but, who am I to second guess? This is one I got at the Northeast Comic Con that same year, 2015, that had George Perez sign those books. I don't know why I got it. It's not my thing. However, it is signed by Sia which I really like Sia and Joe Caramagna. This is from Northeast Comic Con exclusive book they had, a variant. But it's signed by the 2 of them, 9.6, Sia and Joe Caramagna. So Sia did the cover. And art by Mike Deodato, story by Jason Aaron. Why did I have Joe Caramagna sign this? I knew he did something on here. Did he do he did something. I think maybe he did something with the probably the coloring or maybe inking. I don't know. We did something on it, though. I know that. He's just not listed on there. And here goes this is the original Batman #1 I had. And I had it signed by Snyder and Greg Capullo. I do have nicer copies, but they're not signed by Capullo. But this one it's an 8.0, though. So it's signed by both of them, Snyder and Capullo. I got this signed at the Boston Comic Con the very first year I went, 2013. It's the year of the Boston bombing, which they had to change the date, push it back from, I guess they originally had it in June or July, and they pushed it back to August, which is the same time they have it now. They've continued to have the same time because of the Boston bombing, and I guess that weekend was when, I think, if I remember correctly, that weekend's when they were hunting them down in the city, the bombers, and so I guess they thought it was not too safe to be in the city at that time. I can't remember exactly if that's exactly what happened. It was something like that. So then I got this a long time ago, it was one of those eBay purchases. It was cheap, and I just grabbed it. A graded book. This is Astonishing X-Men number 25, sketch cover, San Diego Comic-Con edition. 9.8. And this is Simon Bianchi, however you say his name, cover. Okay. And this one's kind of cool. This is the only one I have like this. This is Daredevil Father number 1. And it's number 145 of 175 graded for the Wizard First program for Wizard World 2004 Con Edition. So it's this weird red label. I've only seen a couple of these, but this is the only one I own. I don't know how many of these actually were done with that red label like that. Wizard First. But I guess 145 out of 175. But on the plastic itself, it's signed by Quesada. He didn't sign the comic, he just signed the plastic of the case, if you can see that. So it's not actually a signed book, the case is signed. So that's kind of cool. I don't know, just one of those things that kind of, I mean, it's not really worth a whole lot, I don't think. But it's just because of the case, it's like, it's different. It's the only one I own like that. So, okay, now we get some more significant books. This is my copy of Silver Surfer number 1. This is a 4.5. I have 2 or 3 copies of this, so the other one I have graded at least is a nicer copy. I think it's a 5.5 or a 6, something like that. So I'm going to let go of the lower graded one. And sometimes I wonder, I get more money for it if I cracked them out of the case and sold them raw. I wouldn't do that though. I'm not going to try to rip someone off, try to get them to think it's a higher grade than it is. So this is Amazing Spider-Man 252, and I definitely have a higher grade, a 9.8 of this. But this is a 7.5. So this is the first appearance of Black Costume, Amazing Fantasy 15 cover swipe, and Avengers cameo. So, but it is a 7.5, but it's a newsstand edition also, so pretty cool. I have another one that's really nice, so I think it's a 9.8. This one here, unfortunately, is trimmed. I do have one that's not. I think it's a 9.4. I believe it's the grade, but I'm going to get rid of this one. This is my Fantasy Quarterly number 1. This is the first appearance of Cutter, Skywise, Scouter, Radiance, or Red Lance, Nightfall, Strongbow, Tree Stump, Pike, One Eye, Picknose, and Grey Mung. Or, as you can see, Elfquest. It says top edge trimmed. Is this the top edge? I thought this was the top edge. Because you can obviously see where the book is cut. Now, one of the things I was wondering, this was one of those kind of self-published kind of books, where a lot of these were done by hand and stuff like that. And I'm wondering I was wondering if that's just a miscut or something like that. But they say it's trimmed. It says top edge trimmed, but well, maybe they said this is trimmed and that this is a miscut. I don't know. Unless this is the top edge. This is the side to me. But yeah, so 8.5 Elfquest, anyone who's interested in that. Still got some value to it. I know a nice copy go for a couple $100. I think my 9.4 is probably worth 150. I would say around there. This was one of the ones I made a mistake on. I thought I got it really cheap, and I got it graded, and I got it back. I guess I didn't really pay attention to it too much. I think I was like, oh, I got this for $25 or something on eBay a while back. And I realized, But this is Captain Atom 83. This is a modern reprint. First appearance of Blue Beetle. What's his name? Ted. Whatever. But it's cool Ditko cover, though. With his recent... He just recently passed, right? Yeah, I think he just recently passed. Yeah, so I can't keep up with who's still alive and who's dead, and you know, I don't really know. I think he just passed, though. I'm pretty sure. You can tell how much I've been keeping up on stuff. I'm pretty sure I heard he died. And this is my Amazing Spider-Man 300, but it's a 7.5. Still a nice copy, especially with the movie and everything. This book is going up in price. At least last time I checked. This is worth a few $100, so hopefully I be able to get that. Now this book and I think the next couple, or the next one, are ones I just picked up because I liked the covers and the price was pretty cheap. So, but you know, I'm not real attached to them. So this is Cave Woman Castaway. It's the only one. There's no number to it, but it's the widescreen cover, variant D, and Bloodroot cover. So that's a pretty cool Bloodroot cover. So if anyone is interested in any of these and wants to see a better picture of it, just send me a message with your email address and I'll email some pictures to you. This one here is a Legend of Oz, The Wicked West #1. It says Indica Reads second printing. But it says limited edition retailer incentive. I don't know. Whatever that means. Indica says second printing. Why would they put that? Instead of just saying second printing. Maybe it's not really a second printing? I don't know. It's a beautiful cover, 9.6 CGC case. As both of them were. Like I said, the price was right. I guess someone was trying to dump all their 9.6s, and you know, I know some people, they just get rid of their 9.6 so they don't get 9.8. But these are some old books that I had graded when I first started collecting. I was going with PGX, so I'm just going to get rid of them. I'm not really interested in them. I have other copies of some of these, not all of them, but this is a Daredevil number 9, 5.0. So, you know, I know people say a lot about PGX, and I'm sure there's reason to say it. You know, there's a lot of things they've done wrong, but every single PGX book that I had graded when I was first started collecting, because I went with them because they were cheap. They were a fast turnaround, like 2 weeks turnaround or something. And I wasn't really planning to sell stuff. They were just more for my own, you know, enjoyment and collection and stuff like that. But I've had quite a bit of them regraded and signed and stuff like that through CBCS or CGC. And I've never had one come back at a drastically different grade. I mean, most of them come back at the exact same grade. There's been a few that actually came back maybe a 0.2 lower, a few that come back even higher, you know, graded, you know. So, I don't know. I don't really have a problem with these, maybe the newer ones. I don't know, but these ones I got maybe 5-6 years ago, I haven't had a problem with any of them. But this is Secret Wars numbers 8, 9.6. This is Mike Zeck cover, Jim Shooter story, origin and first appearance of alien costume, later Venom. I do have a Mike Zeck signed copy of this, 9.8. So I'm going to get rid of this one, 9.6. Thinning Out the Herd. And this is just a cool old Flash 166 I had graded, 7.0. No significance. It's a Carmine Infantino cover and a John Broome Gardner Fox story. I'll give it a little more shot. I'm gonna have to start putting these back in the box soon. Now I got a bunch of these X-Men I got graded way back. I got this whole like a lot of the mutant massacre stories and stuff around there graded, but I'm not really that interested in them right now. I mean, I probably even have multiple copies of these, just grabbing out dollar bins and stuff, but the flea marks and whatnot. I mean, they're not completely valueless, but they're fairly nice copies. This is X-Men 201. This is first appearance of Cable as Baby Nathan. I actually might keep this one now I'm thinking about it. I don't know. Someone wants it, make me an offer or something like that. Maybe I'll keep it, I don't know, but you know, I don't know if I have. This is the first appearance of Baby Nathan, Baby Cable, so but this is X-Men 210, 8.0, no significance to that one. Claremont story, John Romita art, John Romita Jr. cover. And this one's 211. First full appearance of the Marauders. This is 9.0. Then we got 212, 9.2. Nothing significant, just a very, very cool Wolverine cover. And then we got 213, 9.4. Psylocke joins the X-Men on that one. And the last two in this box is 222. Mark Silvestri cover, which is pretty cool. And then, of course, we got the Jim Lee cover. No big deal with that either. 9.0. I usually see this up on walls at local stores and stuff. I know my locals had it on the wall a bunch of times, usually for like $10 or something like that. But yeah, so that's all the books for the first box. Let me just get these in here, and then we'll go on to the second box. Well, if anyone has any idea of what this is worth, let me know, because I haven't seen one on eBay pop up, but I haven't gone searching for it either. So if anyone else is a J. Scott Campbell cover guy, let me know. Okay, so we start off with a pretty good book. This is Iron Man #1, 6.0. However, this one says it has very slight color touch. This is one of the books I thought about cracking and opening it and looking to try to find this color touch, they say. I just don't understand why they would bother. Because there's other marks on the cover that if they did a color touch in one place, why wouldn't they do the color touch over there? But, I don't know. Maybe I will crack it. I don't know. And take a look to try to find it myself. But if anyone is interested in this, I'll let go for a pretty good price. You know, even says color touch, so I did get a really nice copy of this recently. Fairly nice copy, at least. But to get it, it's getting graded, actually, I think, right now. Pretty sure I get it graded. I might be. And these are just some Neal Adams books I got off the wall at my local. They let me have them for pretty cheap after they were up there for a while. And one of those like 50% off things. Green Lantern #80, 7.5. Just a cool Neal Adams cover. And then this is a Superman 234. Neal Adams with a Kurt Swan and Murphy Anderson art. Story Denny O'Neil. It's a very cool cover. I like that cover. 8.5. We got into some books I got signed at my, I believe it was at the first Boston Comic. No, it wasn't. This is 2015. This one here is signed by Annie Wu. Black Canary #1. This is a tool of the toy retailer incentive. So, pretty cool, 9.8. Pretty cool book. This one here was a mistake. I was at the Big Apple Comic Con, and I was looking for someone to sketch a cover for me, Aquaman, and unfortunately, Ramona Fredon, however you say her name, she was filled up, and I couldn't get Billy. This is the time where I was trying to get Billy Tucci to do a cover for me too, and which you guys didn't hear the story. Kind of had a bad experience with him. This kind of, he kept telling me, "Come back in an hour, come back in an hour," and every time I came back, he just kept blowing me off. Had a very different experience with him at the Boston Con, and I got some pretty good stuff from him, or a pretty good piece from him. So I'll show that in the Boston Con. Some of you might have seen I started a new Instagram to try to get onto the comic book scene on Instagram. So I started a new one up under Fistful Comics. So rather than I had a regular Instagram account for my own personal account I was planning to do with friends and family. I ended up getting some comic book people on there, but so I got this one. This was a mistake. I ended up having Guy Dorian do this, which I like. It was cheap. It was like $20 he charged me. It's just Aquaman head sketch. However, when I bought this thing, this says New York Comic Con stamp on with a sticker. I didn't think I didn't think anything of this. This is around when I first started collecting, 2013. It was still kind of new, I guess, to really collecting or grading, but getting sketches. Definitely getting sketches and stuff. I was new too. But got a 7.0 because of that sticker there. As you can see, it says "Sign and sketch by Guy Dorian, sticker attached to cover." So that's why I got the 7.0. I could get this regraded art, but I didn't see the point of it. It just was really disappointing because I just didn't know that would. I thought this was an actual exclusive book, and I thought that this was something special for the New York Comic Con that I was able to pick up at the Big Apple Con. No, it's just some dealer there with sticking stickers on there from the stamps that came out, I think. Stamping at New York Comic Con on there. Now, this is a cool book. Kind of almost don't want to get rid of this one too, but I have other books signed by Dave Johnson. This one's Superman Unchained #1, and it's signed by Scott Snyder and Dave Johnson in 2013. This is the Johnson variant cover for it. 9.8. Some of these, that's why I still have all these boxes behind me. They just say, I really like it. This is Avengers #1. This is the Gangnam sketch cover, and it's signed by Mark Brooks in 2014. Very cool. 9.8. Signed in red down there by Mark Brooks. Pretty cool. I got a bunch of books signed by Mark Brooks that year. And there's a few of them in here. This is Avengers #3. This is Mark Brooks cover, variant edition. And it's signed by Mark Brooks. Awesome cover. 9.8. Spidey and Wolverine cover. But it's signed by Mark Brooks again. Very cool. This should go pretty. That should sell pretty well, I think. Just because the covers are awesome on them. This one here is a Nova #1. This is the Quesada sketch cover. And it's a Jeff Loeb story, Ed McGuinness and Dexter Vine art, and Joe Quesada and Danny Mickey cover. I was able to get McGuinness to sign it. 9.6. So Nova #1. It's pretty cool. It's actually a good story. I like this story. Here goes my my lower grade copy of Star Wars #1. Signed at the Big Apple Con. This is Star Wars: A New Hope movie adaptation begins. First appearance with Luke Skywalker, R2-D2, C-3PO, Princess Leia, and Darth Vader. And it's signed by Tom Palmer at Big Apple Con. So Cover and art is done by Howard Chaykin and Tom Palmer, and story by Roy Thomas. So I was only able to have Tom Palmer sign it. I could have gotten Roy Thomas to sign these later, but I didn't want to crack them. So that is for sale. And this is, I have multiple copies of this, but this one, it's just one of those books I can't stop buying. You know, it's just like one of my all-time favorite covers of any book. Actually, who got me on this was Comics Quest, I think it was. He showed this cover, and I just fell in love with it. And now I can't stop buying them. I see them, I gotta buy it. Unless it's in horrible condition, I don't bother. But this one's signed by the artist, the writer, and it's a third printing. However, it's the more expensive, I think. I think it's more money than the other ones. Could be wrong though, but this is A Cry for Dawn #1, signed by Linzer. 8.5. So yeah. Awesome. Beautiful cover. Do have a nicer one though. I had them signed, I think a 9.4, 9. Yeah, something like that. Don't have a 9.8 yet, but I just can't stop looking at this book. Awesome. Okay. Here goes one. I debated on whether to sell this or not, but I'm going to. Why not? This is Forever Evil #1, 3D lenticular cover. And it's signed by David Finch in 2014 New York Comic Con. You can see the Finch signature right there in blue. 9.8. It's Forever Evil. I think you can see that basically. Pretty good, pretty cool. I don't know why all of them aren't 10.0s like that. And we got some more Cry for Dawn stuff. Oh. What was that last one I showed? Oh, okay, I guess I got two 9.8s. This is 8.5, I mean. That's the one I originally showed, and I got another one. 8.5. I know I had a couple of them signed. I probably had this one and the other one signed last year. Yeah, 2017. I had it signed at the Rhode Island Con, I believe. So he signed it up there on this one. I bought a bunch of art with them, off them. So that's an 8.5 also. That one's for sale too. So they're both for sale. Same grade. Just signed different years. The first one was signed actually in 2006. So, this is A Cry for Dawn #5, which I have two copies of this also. One is the regular cover. It's a 7.5. And the other one is the second printing of it. It's an 8.5. This is the actual more valuable one. Because of that cover, I actually have a little stand, advertisement stand of this right here. And that's pretty cool. I paid a bit of money for that. Because it's still in the bag and everything, never been displayed. So yeah. Okay. Any Linzer fans out there might like them. Then this is Amazing Spider-Man 46. I do have a nicer copy of this, so first appearance of the Shocker, an origin, Herman Schultz. Peter Parker and Harry Osborn become roommates. It's a 4.0. I was kind of surprised about the 4.0. I thought it'd come back a little bit better than that, but I'm kind of looking at it now. Who knows? 4.0s. Obviously, I'm not a grader, so... so yeah, so that's for sale. Just a few more books left. 2 more handfuls, 6 more books. So this is Revival #1, 9.8. Still think there's going to be a movie coming out of that sooner or later, a TV show or something. I just know it. It's just going to happen. It's an awesome story. One of my favorite stories that came out in the last few years, since I started collecting again. So that's for sale. This is I have another copy of this. I had 2 copies of this signed and graded at Boston Con 2016, and signed by Tim Seeley. Hack Slash, the series. This is the variant cover. Why does it not say variant cover on it? Yeah. It is, I believe it's a variant cover. I could be wrong though. I'll have to look that up. The series number 1, 9.2. So I do have a little bit nicer copy than that. I think it's a 9.6 or 9.4. And I have the actual really first appearance of Casey. Or Cassie, whatever you say her name. And then this is Descender number 1, as signed by Dustin Nguyen, however you say his name, at the New York Comic Con in 2015, 9.6. I have the variant cover signed by him also, so that's a 9.8. I'm keeping that one. And this is a really good story. I love this story too. I actually stopped reading it, but stopped picking it up, but like way into it though. Okay, last one. And then once these are gone, I'll probably have to go through again and look through and see what else I'm willing to let go at a time. It's a process for me. I have a hard time letting go of anything I own. My wife calls me a hoarder, but that's not true. But this is Faust number 1, and it's signed by Tim Vigil at the East Coast Comic Con 2016, 8.0. Awesome. This was one of my favorite series when I was a teenager, actually. Faust. This, The Crow. Of course, Primer was my ultimate favorite one, the original Hunter Rose series. So Christine Spar was cool too, but the Hunter Rose one for me was awesome. But yeah, this was one of those like really gory and graphic books that I just really got into. I think my roommate was too at the time. Yeah, 8.0. Still not bad. Not perfect, but I mean, this is my second copy of Supergirl number 12, signed by Artgerm in the variant 9.8. So I'm going to let that go too. I already have another copy, so I have multiple copies, so I got them both signed, figuring I sell the other one. And this is the last one. This is one of the ones that's really hard for me to let go, but I have multiple copies of this. And all of them are signed by Jeremy Bastian. Now I have 2 of them getting graded that he just actually finished signing, so that's the last of my books that I didn't have signed by him that are going to be signed. So yeah, but this is a really tough one for me to let go of. Oh wait, I don't think I can let this one go. Yeah, okay, I can't let this one go. I just realized this one has multiple signatures on it, and this is the only one I have with multiple signatures. This one's, I'll show it to you guys anyway. I apologize. Maybe I'll pull another one out and sell one of them. I'll have to see, though. You know what? I'll probably sell one of the ones I get back from the Boston Con, because that's the same thing, just signed by Jimmy Bastian. So this is one of my cursed Pirate Girls. I have my original set that's all graded by CGC, all three first printings, and it's signed by Jeremy Bastian. However, on this one, I got this one done. I had David Peterson was there. He does pin up inside, so he's signed by David Peterson on cover and last page. So he signed the cover and he also signed the last page, which is the pin-up itself. And then Jerry Bastian on cover. So, yeah, I can't get rid of this one. I just realized that. I might have to have it regraded to get rid of that ugly-ass label they got from there. I'm sorry, guys. I promised one of the ones I'm getting back, or the one I'm getting back, one of the ones I'm getting back. Oh, it's just a regular book, signed by him, Jeremy Bastian. I'll sell that one, but unfortunately that one can't go. Ugh, that sucks. Okay, so that's it, guys. I do have more that I am going to be willing to sell. I've gotten through most of my books and put them all in by publisher. The next step will be going through by publisher and organizing them alphabetically and stuff like that. Put them by sets and figuring out what I want to get rid of, which is a lot. There's a lot I want to get rid of. I probably sell a lot of this stuff as a lot, like a whole run, like a whole series of, a lot of them are modern books I want to get rid of. Some older books too, some books I don't really care about, like, so, Firestorm books, and, which I have a great amount of the run. I have the whole run of Ghost Rider, the first series. I'm probably going to get rid of that, the whole set, except for the number one. Obviously, I'm not going to sell the number one because I think it's the only one I have. But the rest of the series, 2 to 80 something, whatever it is, I'm going to get rid of. But keep an eye out for that. But yeah, so like I said, for this, if you guys see anything you liked, shoot me a message on here and with your email, and we'll do some chatting back and forth on that. I don't want to do chat on YouTube. Just shoot me a message and with your email or something, or text message or whatever, or phone number, cell phone, and we'll communicate that way. Maybe we can work something out. I can't promise you. I'm not going to take really low ball offers. I'm not going to give them away. I just can't. I need the money. I need to pay off some credit cards, and me and my wife decide to buy a vacation home. That's really getting on my radar now. It's really, I've been talking about it for a while, but it's I really need to get on that because prices are just going up and up on houses. It's not going to be a buyer's market anymore, really. So yeah, yeah. If you see anything, send me a message. If not, it's going to go on eBay. When I post them, I'll give you my eBay. I'll put my eBay link on there somewhere. I'll let you guys know. Okay, guys, thanks for watching. See you later.